about drift. So drift is a shallow or small moving surface current. It has a speed of 1 kilometer to 3 kilometers per day. Now this speed of drift is very slow in comparison with the speed of ocean currents. There are two types of currents. First is warm current, another is cold current. First we'll understand about warm current. So warm currents, when ocean currents or drifts flow from low to high latitude, they are called warm currents. It means that the currents originate near the equator and move towards the poles or higher latitudes. Second is cold currents. When the ocean currents that move from high to low latitudes are called cold currents. It means that these currents originate near the poles or the higher latitudes and move towards the tropics or lower latitudes. Now we have learned about the warm and cold current. Okay. So by the name we will think that the warm current will be warm and cold current will be cold. But it is not like that. A warm current is not really warm. Its temperature is only a few degrees higher than the temperature of the surrounding water. In same manner, a cold current is not really cold. Its temperature is only a few degrees lower than the temperature of the surrounding water. Now, as you all know that all the land masses are not of same kind. They are different from each other. These shapes of the land masses change the direction of the current. Sometimes they split a current into 2 or 3 currents. Now we will see some examples of warm current and cold currents throughout the world. Cold currents that flows along the western coast of South America, Africa and Australia are called cold currents. Then warm currents flow on the eastern coast of these 3 southern continents, that is South America, Africa and Australia. Currents generally moves in different directions in different hemisphere. Currents moves to their right in the northern hemisphere and it moves to their left in the southern hemisphere. One term is here, that is Coriolis Force. What is this Coriolis Force? An apparent force that arises because of the Earth's spin around its axis. Freely moving objects are deflected. Deflected means caused to change the direction. So here the direction changes to the right to their direction of the motion in the northern hemisphere and it deflects to the left of their direction of the motion in the southern hemisphere. One diagram I will show to you so that you can easily understand this Coriolis force. And this is the diagram. Okay, this will nicely explain the Coriolis force. Okay, here you can see northern hemisphere. Here northern hemisphere, and what is happening here? The objects deflect. Deflect means, as I have explained, cause to change the direction. Here objects, they change the direction to the right in this northern hemisphere. Now in southern hemisphere, what will happen? The object, they will deflect to the left in the southern hemisphere. Now we will understand about the various influence of ocean currents. First of all, we will understand the influence of ocean currents on temperature. Ocean current influence the temperature of coastal areas. Warm currents raise and cold currents lower the temperature of the region along which they flow. Second is influence on rainfall. Now winds blowing over warm current pick up the moisture. Now when it condenses, it causes heavy rains. As you all know that as we have seen that hydrological cycle and water cycle, evaporation takes place, then it reaches to the cloud, there it condenses and precipitation occurs. In same manner one cycle is here, so that is also resulting into rain or precipitation. How it works, that wind when it blows, it takes the warm current blowing over the warm currents, and from that warm currents it is picking up some moisture. Now when this will be condensed, means cooling down, it will cause the heavy rainfall there. Now the other hand, we will see if this winds blow over the that cold current, then what will happen? As it become too cold to pick up the moisture, means there will not be moisture because already that there is cold current. So this will not be able to pick up the moisture there, and because of this reason there will not be any rainfall. Third is influence on marine life. Now thick foam is formed where a warm and a cold current meet. We are having two examples here regarding this. First is a warm Gulf Stream and the cold Labrador current that come together near Newfoundland, and this result in the formation of very thick fog. In same manner, second example is of Japan. Here the warm Kuroshio current and the cold Oyashio current meet, and again it makes a very thick fog there. And plankton means tiny marine organisms or the basic food of fish. So because of this thick fog, plankton is there. Okay, and that other marine life, they use this plankton for their survival. Next and the last one, fourth point, is influence on navigation. So cold current brings down the masses. Masses means a large body. So this cold current, this brings down the masses of ice from the polar region, and the wild currents, they melt them. Warm current even prevent ports in the polar regions from freezing over in winter. The coast of Norway, though situated within the Arctic Circle, but does not freeze in winter. And what is the reason behind that? That is because of the warm North Atlantic drift. In same manner, we are having that another example, that is of the Labrador coast of Canada. Though it is situated in lower latitude, but it remains frozen during the winter, and the reason behind is the cold Labrador current. Down we are having one picture of iceberg, this one. Okay, so I hope you all have understood this chapter very nicely. This question answers of this chapter will be shared very soon, and you all have to write that answers in your copy, and please try to complete your works on time so that you can easily prepare for your exam. Thank you.